வணக்கம் நேயர்களே, welcome back to another episode on Vadapoche Tamil Podcast. We are now available on most streaming platforms, which is Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or எந்த பாட்காஸ்ட் பிளாட்ஃபார்மில் நீங்கள் கேட்குறதா இருந்தாலும் நீங்கள் அதை கேட்டுக்கலாம்.
நம்மள சோஷியல் மீடியாவில் நீங்கள் ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணலாம் at Vadapoche Tamil Podcast, Instagram and TikTok. Leave us a comment, message அனுப்புங்க. ஏதாவது ஃபீட்பேக் இருந்தாலும் சொல்லுங்கள். We'll definitely reply to you guys. So please reach out to us and let's have a conversation going. Enjoy the show.
Sawadika.
Sawadika. The end, அது வந்து bad boys.
Hey, I'm good boy. You only got to heaven. I want to be honest. I want to be honest.
Aida.
Vanakkam.
Yeah. Sirigala. I know the joke here.
No, it's like cool feel.
Ama. But nothing else.
So welcome back to another episode. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம கெஸ்ட் நம்ம எபிசோட்ல வந்து ஒரு கெஸ்ட் இருக்காங்க. Welcome to the show.
வணக்கம்.
அது கொஞ்சம் லைவ்லியா சொல்லேன்டா. Welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show. அவரே எந்திரிச்சு போற அளவுக்கு சரி மூடி சொல்லுங்க.
Projection. Okay. உங்ககிட்ட ஒரு டிப்ஸ். How does he project his voice?
No, but அது வந்து ஆளாளுக்கு அவங்களுடைய பர்சனாலிட்டின்னு ஒன்று இருக்கும். So maybe Bharat is a more chill, easy going personality.
Yeah, 100% I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm the cool guy. Like, I'm just a chill guy.
but anyway, எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். Hi, Sharif, Bharat, Yuva, Jawahar. Thank you for having me on Vadapoche.
Also, thank you for coming, bro. We really appreciate
My pleasure.
But I think a very good name. டக்குனு பேரெல்லாம் எனக்கு உண்மையிலே வராது.
No, எனக்கும் அப்பப்போ கொஞ்சம் confused ஆகும். So I'll try to remind myself. And also it's a occupational thing. Sometimes வந்து நம்ம like when we host or like and you know we have to meet people a lot as part of our job. அவங்க interview பண்ணனும் and everything. So and sometimes அவங்க வந்து elders இருப்பாங்க and everything. So it's very difficult to remember their names. இந்த uncle இங்க பார்த்த uncle, but அவர்கிட்ட போய் when we meet you say okay, hi uncle, hi bro, and everything, then be like actually so like I try to like double check and make sure, you know, like because sometimes when you get their names wrong, they get very offended. Yeah, especially elders. So I think it's just a very occupational thing.
நான் என்ன பண்ணுவேன் தெரியுமா? ஸோ நம்பர் மாற்றும்போது உங்க பேர் வந்து just let me know how to spell.
The spelling. உங்க பேர் எப்படி ஸ்பெல் பண்ணுவீங்க? உங்க பேர் ஜோசப். ஜோசப்.
நான் என் கம்பெனில 4 வருஷமா வேலை பார்க்கறேன். முதல்ல நீங்க சொன்னா you working here 4 years. இல்ல அவள வீட்ல அவள நீ வேலை செஞ்சிருக்க. அவ பேர் இல்ல, அவள நீ வேலை செஞ்சிருக்க. டேய் என்னடா கேக்குற? Oh, he said no, I know you exist, but I didn't know this. I know you exist. It's like okay, சரி. நான் வேலை பார்த்துட்டு வந்திருக்கேன். இல்ல வேலை இருக்கா அந்த மாதிரி
இருந்தேங்கிறது தெரியுது. வேலை செஞ்சியா?
In the defense, totally in a different team lah. They never work together.
Okay. Then you could ask him the same question also lah technically.
இல்ல அவனுக்கு தெரியும்.
Oh, okay.
He support. Okay. அந்த மொகர கேட்ட நம்ம ஆயே பண்ணுவோம்.
Oh.
பெரிய டான்
அந்த கண்ணாடி கழட்டி அங்க மாட்டி
அட பாவி.
அப்ப என்ன தைரியத்துல அவர் உங்களை hiring him.
ஆனா இறங்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி மட்டும் சொன்னாங்க. மேனேஜர் இருந்தா சொல்லுங்க.
Who is the manager? I am the manager. வெளியே போ. Okay bro, so உங்களை வந்து நம்மளோட சோஷியல் சர்க்கிள்ல வந்து நீங்க ரொம்ப ப்ராமினன்டான ஆளு.
Okay.
I believe.
Especially through நான் கேட்டதில்ல. Aside from my experience, my exposure, நிறைய பேர் they know you for your mimicry and for your dance. So and ஆரம்ப காலத்துல the people are talking mostly about உங்களோட Arabic with the dance. So that was one of the first things that I think at the time on the face layer people started talking. And ever since then in the நடிகர்கள் தடுக்கி விடுறது, football, all this. So I've seen அதனால so people know அந்த மாதிரி content creation that you do and also உங்களோட வசந்த மேல. So உங்களோட growth பார்க்கும்போது like நிறைய விஷயங்கள் கிடைக்க நிறைய projects செஞ்சிருக்கீங்க, right? What were some of the milestone projects that you think that accelerated your growth?
I think என்னோட first project வந்து I can say it's a milestone project. என்னோட முதல் drama வந்து வேட்டை 4. And like அதுல வந்து my luck is that because I got into the drama through the open auditions. முந்தி வந்து ஒவ்வொரு வேட்டைக்கும் வந்து ஒரு open audition மாதிரி வைப்பாங்க. Like open call anybody any age group you can just walk in. So like for my audition like அங்க வந்து ஒரு 200 I think கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 200-300 பேர் இருந்தாங்க.
Okay.
Yeah. So and this was at Holiday Inn Orchard. So and I was one of the ones who went in quite early last. So I was one of the first few ones who went. And then like because that was the like my last semester during my last semester of uni. So at the time like you know we job searching and also I always had this passion for like to be an actor. But how am I going to do it or where is it going to happen? Like I never knew. So I thought okay, suma poi try panni paapom. Then in my mind I was like, if they call me for a lead role then I'll do because I was like they're definitely not கூப்பிட்டு கண்டிப்பா கொண்டு போறது இல்லை because it's very. So I thought okay let me just try it out lah. So I tried out. Then they called me for a second round. And the second round வந்து because the first round auditions they gave a very 3 script. So அதுல வந்து அந்த பேர் வந்து Seelan and also those were the established characters. Right. So அதுல வந்து there was a Inspector Dayal and everything. Oh பேர் புதுசா இருக்கு. Okay then the next thing I know that was actually the character that they were auditioning for. Yeah then I got the role. It was a lead role, and my luck was that on the season they wanted to introduce like the next generation of artists into the industry. So there were the theatre winners like Maga, Session, then there was Malini also who was up and coming at the time. நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் வந்து like that was like kind of like our first step-ish.
If I'm not Wasima also right was the first one of the first.
அவங்களோட வந்து was Veti 5.
85 right.
அதுதான் அவங்களோட because she was on the second theatre. ஆமா. அது முடிஞ்சு 85 was like her intro in some sense. Yeah.
That Unilever, right? As a like your internship and all.
Yes. Oh, அந்த அளவுக்கு research பண்ணிருக்கீங்க.
நான் கொஞ்சம் mental.
What is Unilever?
Huh? Okay, so everything. You walk into a supermarket. Many of your brands you take behind and you see like you there.
Okay.
The blue.
Yeah. So the industry is fast moving consumer goods, right? FMCG. So you've got your biggest companies like your Unilever, P&G, Head and Shoulders, Nestle, like Milo, come and Nestle. So like so I interned at Unilever. Actually, thank you for asking. Not many people like ask about my.
I know you intern like Sea Games, Unilever, and all.
Okay. LinkedIn lah.
LinkedIn party.
Okay.
So like, how did you apoi you might have had thought okay acting and all that. Right? How do you translate that? Because you could have easily gone down the corporate path, especially if you're in that circle.
Yeah.
How did you step out?
Especially considering Unilever, அது வந்து ரொம்ப reputable.
Exactly.
Yeah, and okay, nice that you touched on it because the interesting thing was I applied for Unilever because uni time we have to do the internship during our summer break, right? Then it's like a 12-week internship minimum requirement that we have to complete.
Right.
Yeah, so we apply and everything. Then when you apply for the companies and Unilever's internship program is like one of the biggest lah. Everybody will apply for it, but இருக்கிற spots வந்து I think about 30-ish in total. Then they will give you an option like okay, would you be interested in any Southeast Asian positions?
Right.
Because they will post some interns out to different countries in Southeast Asia. So I just did yes lah. அந்த வருஷம் பார்த்து they opened 2 new positions in ANZ. One in Sydney and one in New Zealand.
Right.
So I had no idea about this. I just ticked yes to the Southeast Asia. Then I got a call after my interview, and the interview is really an intense interview. Right. Like, it is half a day.
Wow.
It's half a day. So we will go to this center which is away from their main corporate building. Okay. Then அங்க there's 3 like sort of assessments lah. One is an individual one where they give you like a case study. So it's kind of like an examination. Okay. But after you study, you prepare your answers, then you need to go and present it in a one-to-one interview. First. Second one is like just another like interview, but that's more like about you as a person, and there they will ask you questions to understand more about your aptitude.
Okay.
Other than the third one is like a group session whereby you are there with a few interns in your session, like 4 or 5 of us. You are presented a case. Then you all need to discuss and come up with a solution.
Right.
And there's a panel watching you doing this. Yeah, so it's a very tiring, very intense thing, but it's one of the most unforgettable experiences. Yeah, then after that, when I got a call, then it's like, okay, would you be keen to go to New Zealand or something? keen to go.
Do you know Australia, man?
Yeah, then I was like, oh, wow. Then the thing is like, because my sister's, one of her dream destinations was to go to New Zealand.
Okay.
Right? So she was so excited. Then I was like, but because they like the other soccer they came, they spent like 1 week with me there. But wow, unforgettable
Auckland,
experience.
is it?
Auckland, yes, correct.
Nice.
For 3 months, I was there.
Nice.
Unbelievable experience.
Oh, we went on a holiday there. We found the locals like super nice.
Yeah, and also because the thing is like there, I was there during a period where it was not their uni internship period. So I was the only intern, and the office pura is all like adults. Except for like midway, there was this one guy who came in from the South Island. He joined full time. So he was like same age as me. Then we used to like hang out, like weekend one day we will drive, like explore the beaches. I mean then others most of the time like I'll be alone. Like வேலை முடிச்சு, and some more they are very strict. 5 மணிக்கெல்லாம் வந்து like yeah, because when I stay at country it's like, what are you doing? Get out of here. It's like then the thing is like you have so much of time on your hands. Then you realize that, oh, இப்படியும் வந்து வாழ்க்கை வாழலாமா? Like and it's not that they are not working, they are very productive also. But you don't have to unnecessarily work. Now wayang, I think that's a very Asian thing. So like then and the thing is what is really cool is that like the guy sitting opposite my desk, he was a New Zealand Premier League player. So every weekend he will travel to play football games, and this is like their League 1 player. And can you imagine like because New Zealand made it to the World Cup, and the World Cup players are all like working corporate jobs. Like can you imagine like us? We go 9 to 5. Weekend we play football at like the highest level. And because I think in the World Cup they didn't lose any game.
They drew everything.
So like that was like, oh, then another person is like a theatre artist. She's acting in Phantom of the Opera in Australia, New Zealand. So she's one of the lead artists, and she travels with her troupe every weekend. I was like, wow, like they work at a top firm. They are in top jobs, and they can pursue their passions. Like it can coexist. I was like, wow. Then I was like, so I think things like that, like experience like that, kind of like shape you into thinking like then why is it not possible? Can be
அதுல ஒரு healthy balance இருக்கு அங்க. Like very healthyana balance இருக்கு. Weekends வந்து like you can dedicate the weekends also. Weekdays also they can dedicate.
They believe a lot in that, like family time. Family time especially is very important to them. Like it's one of their core values. So they believe a lot in like family time, personal time.
So that mentality actually shaped you very young age.
Like I more than shaped me, I would say maybe it was a very good exposure.
Right.
Like because as opposed to going for like a uni, like you know, like how to say, like exchange. Because anga vande you are still experiencing a uni lifestyle. I felt here I experienced more of like a migrant lifestyle. Like if I have to move in and live in a country for work.
How is it?
So that was like an eye-opening thing for me. But I started to feel very lonely after a while because like like how to say our community, like you know, here we have our friends, relatives. So I was there all alone. Then I started like going out. Then like what you mentioned, very easy to chat people up and converse and everything. Then the interesting thing was like that summer Kabali was releasing. So I was just there at like one cafeteria. பக்கத்து டேபிள்ல வந்து தமிழ்ல பேசிக்கிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. Then they talking Kabali and everything, but all Sri Lankan. Then I like Kabali was releasing that Friday. So I just interrupted. I said, sorry, தப்பா நினைச்சுக்காதீங்க. நீங்க வந்து கபாலி படம் பத்தி பேசுறீங்க சார். ஆமா. Then I was like, okay, எங்க like screen பண்ண போறாங்க? Because எனக்கும் பார்க்கணும்னு ஆசையா இருக்கு. எங்களோட வாருங்களேன். After that they got to a point where like because it's such a small community, like they know the distributor of Tamil films, like he's their kaki. So they say, நம்ம எல்லாரும் பஸ்ல போறோம், we'll come and pick you up, tell us your address. Then I become kaki with them. But what happened was, because of the censorship, they didn't release it on the day of release in New Zealand. Then I asked them, oh, அப்படினா எப்படி? தமிழ் ராக்கர்ஸ்லயே பார்த்துட்டு போறோம். So in the end, we didn't go for the movie, but it was a very interesting experience. And then at that time, Pokemon Go, like New Zealand was one of the 4 franchises that they released early.
Right.
So I started playing before all my friends lah. Like,
okay.
so when I come in, I was like, hey, you see, I know all this. So Pokemon Go also was another like thing where I could easily socialize with people because everyone also like
Yeah,
play Pokemon and everything. But down there, it's more legit because the Pokestops are, you know, you flip, you get a potion and all that. It's very fast. Singapore is like very near. Sometimes in your house already, like your location, right? It's like you can spin it.
correct.
இல்ல அதுல ஒரு ஹேக் இருந்துச்சு
தெரியும்.
IP address வந்து we will suddenly jump to Chicago. Charizard perfect.
I know because
I
Thomas
got
can only
22
hit
Dragonite.
பல வித்தைகளை தெரிஞ்சு
He is a Mahavaman.
Pokemon, they close everything. They close everything. But that was fun. But everyone கஷ்டப்பட்டு ஓடி இருப்பாங்க நான் பண்ணிட்டே எடுத்து கீழ் பண்ணி.
He's a ஜகஜால ஜவால்.
It was so fun.
Before that acting வந்து நீங்க தியேட்டர் இல்ல ஏதாச்சும் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருந்தீங்களா?
ஸ்கூல்ல தான். So it's like ஸ்கூல்ல இருந்த ICS night, you know, like அதுல வந்து நான் ரொம்ப ஹெவியா இன்வால்வ் ஆயிருப்பேன். So like especially dance நான் பண்ணுவேன். Then mimicry வந்து secondary schoolல ஆரம்பிச்சது because I was from a boys' school and we were all into Lulu Sabha at the time. I think, yeah. So then எங்களோட தமிழ் teacher, I mean she's no longer around today, but அந்த ஒரு spark வந்து induce பண்ணது வந்து அவங்க தான் because during our lessons அவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா she would be like, okay, பாடநூல் பயிற்சிநூல் these topics and all are like, you know, how long we going to keep doing this. So இந்த டாபிக் எடுத்துட்டு நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு படைப்பை கொண்டு வாங்க, ஒரு நாடகமா இருக்கலாம் இல்ல இன்னும் ஒரு like
out of the textbook
ஒரு திறனாய்வு, you know, something like that. Yeah, but நீங்க ஏதாவது வந்து கொண்டு வரணும். So since we were all into Lulu Sabha, we would like reenact the scenes from Lulu Sabha and like you know, like the முதல்வன் scene அந்த மாதிரி. But we try to align it with the themes of the பாடநூல். And நிறைய காமெடி எல்லாம் பண்ணுவோம். So என் மிமிக்ரி ஆரம்பிச்சது வந்து அங்கதான் because I would try to mimic the characters. Yeah, so that was where it like started for me.
So நீங்க first mimic பண்ண character உங்களுக்கு distinctify ஆகும்.
I think the first one when someone told me that like he really sounded like the character was Kamalasan.
Okay. And okay, so what inspired you to, you know, like get into acting and, you know, like ஏன்னா அது ஒரு ஸ்பார்க் இருந்திருக்கும் ஒரு படத்தை பார்த்துருப்பீங்க இல்லை லைக் யாராச்சும் இன்ஸ்பிரேஷன். What was that inspiration for that?
I think from young, you know, எல்லாரும் சின்ன வயசுல இருக்கும்போது like, you know, if you ask what is your dream, எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரு கனவு இருக்கும். Like from young, it was like if anyone asked me, I would always say I want to be an actor. Like it was always there. And then like family functions la இருக்கும்போது like I vaguely remember it, but நான் வந்து எப்பவுமே like I'll be the one performing in the family functions. I'll be the like வெக்கமே இல்லாம ஒருத்தர் வந்து then you know elders, you know, ஒரு courtesy வந்து பிரபுதேவா மாதிரி ஆனால, but I believed it. அவங்க சொன்னது வந்து நான் ரொம்ப like I mean we are a very gullible age, but I think நான் உண்மையிலே நம்பிட்டேன். அதுதான் மூட நம்பிக்கைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So at that time I was like, oh okay, you know, like I think if I get a chance I want to be a hero. And then the first movie I remember watching in cinemas was Indian. And I was very fascinated because like at that time like I used to believe that they were two different actors, like the young Kamal and the father. I used to believe that they were different actors and like so like I always had a fascination for movies, and I always believe that when I watch the movie, when I come out, right, like I have the hangover of the hero that I see. I always feel like the hero. So from young it has always been there, but I never imagined that I will actually go out to do it. But I think that spark சின்ன வயசுல இருந்ததுனால like this mimicry is also because like I want to become an actor, so on the one play when I started mimicking them, maybe that's why I like I observe and I internalize and maybe
Indian 2 வர போகுது கூடிய
actually நான் ரியலைஸ் பண்ணேன் சின்ன வயசுல அவர் வந்து சொன்னார்ல நான் வந்து ஆக்டர் ஆகணும்னு. சின்ன வயசுல நான் வந்து சொன்னேன் ஆரம்பத்துல பைலட் ஆகணும்னு. பைலட்லேன்னு டாக்டர் ஆனிச்சு, டாக்டர்லேன்னு போலீஸ் ஆனிச்சு, போலீஸ்லேன்னு என்னவோ ஆனிச்சு, கடைசியிலே
நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இம்பாக்ட் பண்ண ஆளு வந்து can you talk about it, like first person you impacted through your
I think
or your biggest fan through your that is your fan or fan of mimicry.
அப்படி கேக்குறீங்களா அப்படி like இவங்க தான் வந்து like you know biggest fan அப்படிலாம் எனக்கு like I can't really say someone but like I would say like me and my friends like they used to encourage me a lot. So like because on the group play வந்து ரெண்டு மூணு பேர் we used to come together and do dramas and then like we took part in a competition also when we were in JC time. Agni no I think we still listen but அந்த வருஷம் when I was in J2 that year they introduced a new category called a Mimicry category, Mimicry drama. Then I was like, wow, இது எனக்காகவே தச்சிருச்ச மாதிரி. It's like, yeah, so and we won it and the thing is like I feel that the script that we did there and all like I was searching high and low for the video. They didn't have it. Yeah, but it was a very nice because even my friends and all they also really into cinema and all this. So like and the kutaniya serumbodhu the ideas, the collaboration and when we are young we are really like uninhibited. எந்த ஒரு like இதுவும் கிடையாது like we don't think about being politically correct. Just என்ன சொல்லணுமோ இஷ்டத்துக்கு. So அந்த ஃப்ரீ ஸ்பிரிட்டா பண்ணும்போது அதுல வர காமெடி வந்து it was really good.
எந்த ஜிசி ல இருந்தீங்க?
Victoria JC.
ஜிசி ஓகே.
So நீங்க வந்து கமல் வந்து உங்களோட you said you spoke very close to Kamal like that's the mimicry பண்றப்ப கமல் வாட்ச் நல்லா வருது உங்களுக்கு
at least someone told me
நல்லா வருது நானே சொல்றேன் நல்லா வருது வீடியோஸ் பார்த்தப்ப அதே எனக்கு கமல் மட்டும் இல்ல சிம்பு கார்த்திக் எல்லாம் but was it the Indian படத்தை பார்க்கணும் அந்த actor inspiration இருக்குல அந்த actor inspirationனால தான் கமல் வந்து you were able to get his mannerism
is able to manifest Kamal.
Yeah. like because it's not an easy thing to like இங்க உட்கார்ந்து சும்மா பேசி it's not easy.
Compliment சொல்றேன் bro.
Okay, thank you.
அது வந்து it's a lot of training, it's a lot of hard work, there's a lot of work put towards it. So அது எப்படி ஃபார்ம் பண்ணீங்க? How do you develop that,
Okay, the thing is like sometimes let's say இப்போ வந்து போன வாரம் நான் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கூட வெளியில போனேன். ஏய் ப்ரோ என்ன நடந்துச்சு? Then he said this, he said that, like நான் கதை சொல்லுவோம்ல but நான் வந்து அவன் எப்படி சொன்னாங்கிறதே நான் சொல்லுவேன். It was a very subconscious thing.
Right.
So like even back then in class like when like we would make fun of teachers behind their back, right?
Yeah,
we all do. Like, so
then I'm a good boy.
no வழக்கமா வந்து இது ராமசாமியா மிஸ்டர் ஆசிரியர் then once they leave the classroom அவன் ஆசிரியர் அவன் மரியாதையே போயிடுவாங்க. Yeah so then we'll imitate, we'll make fun of our teachers and I think this happens in every school and boys school la அது வந்து the meter will be amped up. Yeah, we amplified, we will make fun because like the discipline master will have some mannerisms. Then like once he walk out then we will start imitating. Like so அதெல்லாம் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி சின்ன விஷயத்துல வந்து வந்ததுதான். And then more than Indian அந்த டைம்ல வந்து 2006 வெட்டியாட விளையாடு like yeah so that was like the in thing and then Lolu Sabha also did வெட்டியாட விளையாடு. Yeah, so like I would say that was the closest at that time when I started but I think it's something that I did it very unconsciously. Like even dance also, like I'm not a dancer, I never learned dance but I will watch and imitate the dance.
Right.
Yeah, so I think probably at some level I was unconsciously practicing the skill of like I just observe and I just
I think it's only a practice because நீங்க டான்ஸ் கத்துக்கணும் சொல்ல but to a layman right or even actually to most of them watch
to all of us
they can't say you dance well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm like even your whistle play just now
whistle.
So it's like I can't tell you didn't know that.
So the beam காட்டுவாங்க நம்ம வந்து டான்ஸ் ஆடுனா மைக்கேல் ஜாக்சன் மாதிரி ஆனா actually in reality இப்படி தான் பண்ணிரோம்.
அது நம்ம
yeah that is us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's practice I suppose, the practice of how you use practice to actually mimicry
ஆமா.
Okay, mimicry பண்றவங்களுக்கு ஏதாச்சும் உங்களுக்கு டிப்ஸ் இருக்கா? Like what kind of facial muscles or ஏதாச்சும் movements வந்து you need to exaggerate, like இந்த மாதிரி pointers கொடுப்பீங்க?
I like how you talked about it like a science, but honestly I like I said அது நான் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் I realized that I was doing it. So I think like you should be able to feel, like you should be able to embody the character. Yeah, so like let's say for example ஒரு வெட்டியாட விளையாட ராகவன்னா like நீங்க வந்து அந்த சீன்ல இருக்கிற மாதிரி கண்ணு வேணும்னு கேட்டியா like it's more about the feeling rather than like okay நான் வந்து இந்த இடத்துல இருந்து ப்ரொஜெக்ட் பண்ணா அது இப்படி வரும். I think that comes maybe later when you're trying to like when you're trying out other voices. But I think ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் வந்து ஒரு voice cultureனு ஒன்னு இருக்கும். So இப்போ என்ன கேட்டிங்கன்னா சில voices I know I definitely cannot do. I've tried like Vijay Sethupathi I can't. Dhanush I can't.
Okay.
Even my Vijay also is not strong. But என்னன்னா like I'll try to patch it up with like body language. நான் மத்த விஷயங்களை வச்சு I'll try to, because at the end of the day it's more like நீங்க பார்த்தா can you tell that I'm trying to imitate this guy. You can tell, right? Okay, then that is just the first part. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன கான்செப்ட், நான் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன், என்ன கதை, என்ன I think that is the main thing actually.
உங்க பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூல வந்து இந்த இளைய தலைமுறை ஆக்டர்ஸோட வாய்ஸ் மிமிக் பண்றது கொஞ்சம் ஹார்ட் நினைக்கிறீங்களா?
I think hard. Okay, இளைய தலைமுறைனா நீங்க எந்த
generation.
Okay, maybe
Such as?
any example.
like Sivakarthikeyan for example.
Sivakarthikeyan.
Like special mimic.
Technically.
ஆமா.
லவ் படத்துல நடிச்சானே அவன் பேர் என்ன?
மணிகண்டன்.
Yes,
மணிகண்டன். அவரே வந்து is a very good mimicry artist.
He acts very well.
He was also on Lolu Sabha.
Oh, really? Manikandan.
Lolu Sabha.
I know Yogi Babu was in Lolu Sabha.
I know Yogi Babu. I know one of Manikandan, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I may be wrong. I know one of the Vijay TV programs.
Okay.
I know one of the Vijay TV programs.
He acts so well.
Even Fahad Fazil, I can't even like.
Make up. I thought it's even Fahad Fazil was in Lolu Sabha.
அவர் சொல்ற விதத்துல அப்படி மைக் இருக்கு.
I think they are hard because the Pudu actors all I think Pudusa they would have yet to find their stride like avangaloda mannerisms.
No, but the thing is the new actors are the movies, the release பண்ற movies புது படம் is actually like the guy at Manikandan. அவன் நடிச்ச வந்து லவ் மூவி, அதுக்கப்புறம் இன்னொரு படத்துல நடிச்ச அந்த குட் நைட் 2-3 movies all very successful.
Yeah, but அவருக்கு ஒரு mannerism they never do because a lot of the young actors
No,
they go
he
for
don't have a
personality.
style. His style is just being himself.
Actually, I would argue like because if a number common actors that I see on TV at least, right? Karthik, Kauntamani.
Oh,
No, I love that. Karthik எப்படி பண்ணுவீங்க சார்? Hey.
I like it. நம்ம WhatsApp groupல
It's message.
Sorry, I'm digressing a bit.
Prank call,
You know.
Oh, my prank call.
Content idea guys.
Actually, no, wait. யார்கிட்ட பண்ணீங்க? எப்படி பண்ணீங்க?
No, because I'm in the school இருந்தப்ப then like we used to be like you know in between lessons after school we will hang out and all this, right? So one of my friends had an Indian SIM card. அவன் என்ன பண்ணுவானா, he be like okay மச்சான் very easy, just put the area code இது பண்ற, then you just dial any number, you go to somebody's house. So we used to call, then we were doing like Pepsi Uma Simbu வந்திருக்காங்க, then like என்ன பாட்டு கேட்க விரும்புறீங்க, then we will let them believe, right? Then the last part ஏதோ ஒன்று ஏடாபுரமா பேசிட்டு தள்ளி so we used to do, and I think prank calls was a big thing back then.
நான் நானே பண்ணிருக்கேன் bro. நான் போன் அடிச்சு ஏசிட்டு வச்சிருவேன்.
No, then we will call our friends, like hey, இவனை கூப்பிடுவோம், we disturb them and outside somewhere. So I've done it.
ஏன்னா அப்பலாம் பப்ளிக் போன் இருக்குல, கீழ போய் 10 காசு. வார்னிங் எல்லாம் கீழ யாரா
or whoever's one which comes out is a private number. அந்த phone வச்சு then we will play. So the funny thing is like I had another friend also Malaysia, and he used to do like the English voices, the accent all very well. So we will take turns to prank lah. We will do different voices. இன்னைக்கு நான் வந்து மீடியால இருக்கேன், he has become a CNA spokesperson. I can't say who. But he's also working in media. So in some way or the other, like like whatever helped us in our pranks, today it's become our career.
No. So it's essentially a learning point, It's you may think like whatever skills you have, you right now, right? You might, it's just comedy, It's just, but no, you never know how serious it is and how you can take it.
If you decide to pursue it, right?
It's like Vine. Why I say Vine? Do you all remember the app called Vine?
Yeah.
Logan Paul.
He was on Vine, man. I thought
Yeah, he started on Vine.
Started on Vine.
Logan
Paul.
was content or something.
Logan Paul was on Vine and he was just some random guy doing videos and all. Now you see he's like everywhere and everything. It's like
WWE.
WWE, yeah.
Vine.
so it's like he may seem like a like oh it's summa fun but if you actually really hone that skill and actually take it somewhere, right?
I would say actually rather than hold is be consistent. If you want to do something, be
Yeah,
consistent,
yeah.
right.
And
Sorry. No, and actually that's one thing I admire about y'all because like I always felt that I can be more consistent. But of course, you know, work gets in the way. You know, when we all have our those days where we're like, you know, let me just rest. I'm too tired. I'm exhausted from work. But I see you guys very regularly on my feed. You know, the regular update பண்றீங்க. You know, you all keep making videos and content, which is good. Consistency, I think, is also part of the game. Yeah.
and also practice. நீங்க அந்த practice அந்த point நீங்க அந்த practice factor இல்லாட்டி
No, but it's not like how to say like I see okay today 1 hour is like you know like 1 hour gym to go okay 1 hour today is voice training like I've not done that. It's just that like
you incorporate it with your life.
yeah correct
That's the thing.
correct so it's there like like நான் வந்து அதுக்கு தனியா வந்து நேரத்தெல்லாம் ஒதுக்கல.
You made it
Yeah correct so then if I want to look at it that way then it's like okay இத்தனை வருஷமா actually நம்ம பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். Yeah so
Actually, இது சொல்லும்போது எனக்கு ஒரு is out of segue. வீட்டில் அவங்க அம்மா ஏசும்போது ஏதாச்சும் மிமிக்ரி பண்ணி அந்த சிச்சுவேஷனை டிஃப்யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. உங்க அம்மா வந்து ஃபேனை தட்டுனா ஃபேனை தட்டுனா
No, அம்மா வந்து நீ ஃபேன் தட்டுறா அது தட்டிட்டு நடந்து ஃபேனை மூடில் வைடா மூடு அங்கே இருக்கு இந்த மாதிரி செல்ஃப் பண்ணி வர கொட்டை அது வந்து பப்ளிக்கா சொல்லா
அது நீயும் பண்ணிருக்கேன்.
no you know you will not diffuse the situation. எரிமலையா கடலா ஏறி அந்த ஹீட்டர் ஆகிமா நான் அம்மா அப்படியெல்லாம்
வீட்டில் வர மிமிக்ரி
அப்பயே தப்பிக்க முடியாது.
அம்மாக்கு வந்து அம்மாவோட voice வந்து கொஞ்சம் high pitch.
Okay.
So, அவங்க ஏன்டா இப்படி பண்ண சொல்லி போ எங்க அதை பார்த்து எனக்கு கொஞ்சம்
But it is true, right?
young age
You can never escape from parents like that. Certain parents they record for you.
Bro, okay, so நீங்க வந்து mimicry பண்ணும்போது you've done mostly in the நம்ம Hollywood actors or have you ever tried Hollywood?
No and also because like I think like there needs to be a certain sense of connect. So if I were to try then that I really need to like consciously sit down and practice.
Right.
And I feel like because now I mean like you know like I naturally gravitate towards Hollywood cinema and because there was once I tried like with Bollywood Hindi actors.
Okay.
And number like it didn't really work for me because I think when it's not your native language or because over language more than a language is like there's a culture to it or you know like we understand like the gravity behind like certain words and everything. That makes a difference I feel.
See, completely agree. ஆரம்பத்தில் வந்து when we started doing a video வந்து ஒரு content we did episode நம்ம ஏன் அப்பப்போ தமிழோ இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசணும் like for me personally எனக்கு வந்து ஆத்திரம் வரும் தமிழ்ல தான் வரும். ஆனா யோசிக்கும் போது எனக்கு குடுக்கலாம் யோசிக்கும் போது thinking like overall all English all my thoughts are in English but when I'm feeling something எல்லாம் தமிழ்ல தான் இருக்கும். So that's why I realized வந்து வீட்ல பேசும்போதும் எனக்கு வந்து கொஞ்சம் I slowly I think then I reply so English எல்லாம் பேசுவேன் ஆனா டக்கு டக்குன்னு பதில் சொன்னா தமிழ்ல தான் வரும். சரி நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி அது ஒரு ஃபீலிங் ஒரு sense of belonging to the
because அதுதான் நம்ம also is our identity. I mean like நம்மள பாத்தீங்கன்னா we are in a very cosmopolitan society. So then நம்ம படிக்கிற like ஸ்கூல்ல படிக்கிற சப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து 9 சப்ஜெக்ட்ல இருந்து ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் தமிழ் மத்த எல்லாமே வந்து ஆங்கிலம். So even for me like even in media also the initial challenge was because நான் சிந்திக்கிறது எல்லாமே ஆங்கிலத்துல தான். But இப்போ நான் யோசிக்கிறது வந்து நான் எப்படி தமிழுக்கு வந்து மொழிபெயர்த்து I'm saying மொழிபெயர்த்து but few years back I was I actually translate பண்ணி you know so there's like less we are naturally code switching a lot
especially in a bilingual
bilingual sense
the code switching is completely
it happens a lot like and then if you like you know we hang around in a like in a western country like then அவங்களோட accent வந்து we have no choice but we naturally will just adapt it we just adapt and Yeah. Yeah.
See, naturally it comes.
I went Perth with him. 2 நாள்ல மேக் சொல்ல ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டான்.
I'm getting reminded of the Jarvis video that
Oh, yeah, my friend, 10 வருஷம்
living in my country.
He's coming, போடா.
You go for 2 weeks, go to Australia. Oh, can I have the bread, please?
உண்மையிலே his thing was அது வந்து ரெஸ்டாரன்ட்ல மட்டும் விடல. Actually they can give it. No problem, mate. I said, hey,
இட்லி தோசை
you know, down biryani, mutton வறுவல். Hey.
No, I had one the other time. Because you know, like, okay, I don't know if you're like into Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the thing is, I do watch and all, but I'm not like a die hard lah. So that time, I think like there was this one girl who asked me like, do you know what is this spell? In the more like, no, not Wingardium. In the more spell like, imagine Wingardium like.
Okay.
The three said, oh, you muggle. I was like, idli toss tinger. Nai. உனக்கு நான் ஒரு போர்வை போட்டு கொடுத்தா நீ அப்படியே ஸ்பெல்ஸ் சொல்லி கிழிச்சிடுவே நீ.
Go like what is that? Agent Surya marketing. என்னடா மேஜிக் பண்றீங்க? Have you tried wooing a girl using your mimicry?